All right, everybody. Kelly here. Y'all know me. Got something today I wanted to share with you guys on my channel because a lot of you have been part of my YouTube journey for years. You know, that's how we got almost 10,000 agents right now subscribed. And we've got so many videos on marketing and strategies, but I have not done my due diligence and brought in agents who have been following me, have been a part of our coaching, mentoring, and training. So shame on me. But I wanted to bring somebody here, Miss Barbara Jennings at Epique Realty, and talk a little bit about some things that have happened to her in the last 30 to 60 days. So, this, guys, is something you want to hear. This is an amazing story. And when you hear what she did and how much commission she made off of a simple strategy, you're going to be amazed. So, buckle up. If you have to, pause the video, go get some popcorn, go
I
get your
love me some
coffee or your
popcorn.
Coke. There you go. And then come back. So, let's kick this off. We're not even going to do bumper music. We're going to get right into this. So, Barbara, you and I both go to Epique Realty, right?
We do.
And you are what we call an area leader at Epique Realty in the great state of Virginia, correct?
That is correct.
And how long have you been doing real estate, would you say?
So I actually got into real estate in March of 2007,
Okay.
right when all the short sales were happening.
Oh man, seven, eight, and nine was disastrous. I was actually a contractor back then. I lost my business.
Ooh,
And then after all of that, I kind of found myself heading towards real estate after a couple of years. But those were some times, weren't they?
they were. They were actually great. People were like, I didn't know any better because that's what I got into. Like, so
Yeah.
I would pick up signs. I'd be like, hey, I'll do
I
whatever.
remember, especially in 2009, 2010, when everything shut down, the economy tanked.
Yeah.
Um, I had some friends that were buying what we called spec homes. These are new construction, inventory homes. They were buying them up, $250,000 homes that would sell for like 500 now. And they were buying these homes. And I know one guy, don't remember his name, but he bought 10.
Yeah.
And when the market shifted, he could not resell them
Yep.
and he lost all 10. He said he ended up out of pocket almost $250,000. So those are some times, but now we're in here in 2025 and we have still some dangerous times for real estate agents,
Yeah.
right?
We
We
do.
got
They're coming
high
around the
interest
corner.
rates. Yeah. It's been I would say it's been a tough couple years. Wouldn't you agree?
I would definitely. I mean, there was a lot of agents I heard like in 2020, 2021, they got in brand new agents and they just thought real estate was really easy. Now I'm seeing the chats online and they're just like, my listing's been sitting. I don't know what to do. And I'm like, yeah, seasoned agents, they know what to do.
Oh, heck yeah.
That's
Well, and that's part of what my heart's been for agents is don't do what everybody else does. Do something different. If everybody's over here and putting a listing on the MLS and just waiting, go over here, build yourself a lighthouse and let everybody know who you are and where your listing is, right? And there's a pattern, there's a method to all of that. And today we're not going to get into all of that, but I'm glad that you said that because that leads us into one of the weekly trainings that I do for agents that want to join, and that is our YouTube channel setup, creation, and implementation for real estate agents for their local farms. You've been doing that for at least 6 months. You've been coming to my trainings for about 6 months. Would you? I mean, 6 months or beyond, right?
definitely.
And it's a little different. Now, there are people on YouTube, Jackson Wilkie, Mike Sherrard, the great Levi Lasik. And so there is a buffet of training. I
Yes.
try to keep mine extremely practical because I'm still an agent and I'm actually out there doing the recording. I'm out there doing the editing. I'm walking through model homes. I'm exposing people to my local market. I don't have people doing it for me yet. And so I'm able to position myself with agents like you to kind of help you walk through that. Wouldn't you agree that YouTube itself for agents making a local channel, it's not hard. It just takes commitment, right?
It definitely takes commitment and what I've learned from your training and stuff. And I've known this, but you're just like letting us know every single week is like the consistency of getting it out. And so because of all your training and stuff, I was able to, even though I knew to bat shoot, because of the different programs and stuff that you offer to us, that I was able to take those little shorts, do some more shorts, and then batch shoot some stuff and
Yep.
get it out there, that I had, 2 and 3 months worth of content out there. Even though I started my channel in 2018, I really wasn't getting the traction that I've gotten in the last, I'd say, 12 months.
So it's funny that you said batch shooting. Um, I took a listing today, and again, I'm just going to pat myself on the back. This is stuff that I teach guys every week. Barbara actually attends all of these different trainings. This one is how to blow up expired listings, right? And we are completely different on how we do it. Well, I just got an expired listing from a postcard, right? And so today, and let me deviate from what we're going to talk, because guys, what I'm about to share with you, what Barbara just did from our training on YouTube, is going to blow you away. But what I did, Barb, is because the brokerage we're a part of, we get things like free listing photography, free yard signs. I ordered all of that on Monday. So I ordered the yard signs and everything on Monday, and it was to be delivered on Thursday or Friday. And then I ordered the listing photography. And guess what? They scheduled themselves a day later for today. So yet Monday, today's Tuesday at 10 a.m. So I had to get up, get dressed, and drive to the house. Met the guy there. Took my own photographs because I like to do that. And I didn't pay anything for it. That is amazing. I didn't pay anything for those two features, right? That's why I love Epic. But while I was there, I went ahead and did seven different. It's hard to see it on here. Well, I'm not gonna be able to see it, but I did seven different verticals for TikTok, for YouTube Shorts, for Instagram, where I was talking about the house and other aspects of my local area. Literally took me 5 minutes to do 35 to 50-second shorts while I'm in my truck waiting on the photographer. Then, while I was at the house, Barb, and I've got the videos now on my channel. It's on private. It won't go public until Friday when it's actually on the MLS. But I shot the video walkthrough of this Airbnb property that I just listed. So all of that's done. I came home, downloaded the videos, edited them. Now I've got a done video from start to finish, about an hour and a half, right? And that's already on my channel from the stuff that we've been talking about. So that leads us to you. You've got a local YouTube channel for your area, correct?
I do.
And
Living
we've
in
been,
living in Fredericksburg, Virginia, Barbara Jennings
there you
is the
go.
YouTube channel. Yep,
And you have been taken to heart to try to get more content out. And I know, as an area leader and then all the stuff you're into. And guys, she's busy. She's already capped at her brokerage.
I capped
But
in actually under 45 days.
under 45 days of her second year, she's capped. Okay. That means the rest of this year, the rest of the next 10 months and 1 week, she's 100% agent, right? And guess what? It all is related to coming to our Friday YouTube trainings and what she just did. So, Barb, we've talked a lot about putting content out on YouTube, correct?
We extensively.
Extensively. And so you put, let's start with the first one. Let's start with the 800, and was it $850,000 one?
So I had a buyer. They reached out to me, sent me a text. 899,900 is what they ended up closing on. But I got a text one day, basically, hey, I've been watching your YouTube, channel. Can you give me a call? We're interested in this community. So, of course, as soon as I was finished, whatever, I gave her a call, and she was like, oh, I feel like I already know you. And
Because she what? She watched your YouTube channel. So you
what?
brought credibility. She was comfortable, or they were comfortable, right? This is why YouTube is so powerful, because it allows them to kind of see who you are, to find out if they're comfortable with you, to see if you're kind of snarky, if you're one of those salespeople that's like, ah, right? They felt comfortable with you. So let's go back to the 850,000-ish one. Was that the listing or the buyer?
That was the buyer, the
So
899.
you did a video on YouTube. You picked up a buyer on YouTube from that you picked up a buyer on YouTube and then sent them to this $850,000 house, correct?
Mhm.
So guys, watch this. 850. You told me,
899,
oh, 899. Ooh,
900. Yeah,
899, 900. You said that one was a 2.5%.
it was. Hmm.
So guys, she made $22,500 in the last 30 days from a buyer that came from her YouTube channel. Now, Barb, do you know that that alone is what some people make working at like a fast food restaurant part-time all year?
And the kicker, Kelly, I want to say, is the video that they watched was from one of my very, very early, back in like 2019.
Evergreen.
It wasn't even a like that specific community. It was just like I mentioned that, like I was talking about gated communities in an
Yep.
area, and they were like, "Oh, I love that community," and that's where they connected with me. And I was like, I looked back and I was like, "Oh my goodness, that video!" Like I was
Now,
embarrassed after I watched it because I was like, I was so fresh.
here's where you give yourself a swift kick in the booty. Are you ready? Can
Yeah.
you imagine if at 2019 you did a video on every gated community within 50 miles of your home and you had another 25 to 40 videos talking about those communities? What do you think would have happened in the last couple of years?
Yeah, I'd probably have a lot more money in the bank.
Oh my gosh, all from simple videos. And we're not even talking about having to have massive skills to edit. Guys, you can go to Canva and edit videos to start for just a simple Canva Pro. Barb, you use Canva, right?
I actually use iMovie, believe it or
Okay.
not. I've used iMovie from the get-go, and it's easy because I go out with my phone, and from my phone, I just upload it right there into my Mac, and
Yep.
then it goes to iMovie, and it's real easy to edit in iMovie. It's simple. I can drag stuff from Canva, like my thumbnails and my little intros and outros and different things, and then
I
I can
love it.
export it and upload it into YouTube and
It's
add
amazing.
some sound, and we're out the door.
Amazing. So, guys, we're not talking rocket science. I don't
Zero
care if
money.
you're 30 or 50 or 60. If you can use Canva and you can upload a video, you can put anything together. Now, on Fridays, for those of you that are wondering, at 11:30 a.m. Eastern, I teach and coach agents that join me live on YouTube channel wealth creation for agents. How to set up your channel, how to title your channel, how to put titles for your videos, descriptions, thumbnails, what videos to shoot, what videos are working. We look at other agents' channels. Like we do it all. And from that, you can start to build a great YouTube video business. And the great thing, Barb, about these videos, and you just proved it, the content we shoot today lives on as evergreen. You shoot a video today, you get a closing 5 years from now. That is amazing. So, if that were all she did, guys, that would be impressive. Like, I'm impressed. But then, Barb, let's talk about the next deal you got in about the same amount of time.
Yeah. So, okay. So that was the buyer. So then I got a listing for 600,000, and they found me on YouTube, and they said they've actually been watching me for years. And I was like,
Isn't that crazy?
for years. And they're like, because I lived in the community and I had done several YouTube videos, and they said, you actually took a driving tour of our house. And they said, we love that. Our house was in one of your videos. And they
You
watched it
know,
over and over again.
I'll never forget, Barb. Last year, my wife and I every once in a while, we like to take a country drive because we live in a place called Claremont, and Claremont is in Central Florida, but it's surrounded by hills. So
Okay.
we have the distinction of living in an area that doesn't look like Florida, right? And so we were taking a country drive, and the day before that, I was at Universal and I valet parked, and the valet person stole my iPad, my earpieces, right, my for my phone, and I needed some more. Well, she had reminded me when we got done. It was early evening. She says, "Hey, today's the last day at Target. They're running a special. It's like 119 bucks, and they're normally like 250." So I went to Target to go pick up the new AirPods, and I'm walking down the aisle from the front door that all the way back to the electronic department. And at the very end, coming towards me, is a father with his young daughter up on his shoulders, and he's walking towards me. He's about 20 feet away, and he's got this big smile on his face, and he's pointing at me. And he's like, you're the ninja. Now, you want to talk about getting a big head? I am the real estate ninja. That's my brand. But he's like, I've been watching your videos. I live over here at Waterside Point, and you've had all these videos. And he said, I wish we would have met you before we bought. We used the builder, and he says, I would have rather had you represent us. He says, man, I love your videos about our community, right? I was like,
Isn't that the craziest part? Because Doug and I
Yes.
actually had a similar experience. We were out buying a car, and the sales guy was like trying to negotiate. And Doug's bought a lot of cars, and he was like, at one point, he was like, I understand you're new. He was like, can you get your manager? Like, this is the bottom line. This is where we need to be. And his manager comes out and looks at me, looks at Doug, and looks back at me. He goes, "You're that video girl." And I was like, I say, what? He was like, yeah, I
I
watch
love
all
it.
the videos. And this is when in COVID, when everybody was like wearing the mask in 2020.
That's crazy. So back to your listing. People saw you did a video. They saw their home. They called you up. They listed their $600,000 home at 3%. It's another 18,000. So if I add that 18,000, Barb, to the 22.5 that you made, that's almost $40,000.
Yeah, it's amazing.
$40,000 in a span of 45 days. If that doesn't get you out making more videos, I don't know what I can do for you. All
Well,
right.
you have inspired me to no end because I was like, I did videos with my lender the other day. I did
Oh,
some
I love it.
just
I
got done
love it.
editing before we got on,
I
and I'm
love it.
just like, this is my new like this is the
This is my
pillar.
jammy jam. And you
Yeah,
know what? It doesn't cost anything but time.
yeah.
And if all you did were three more deals in the next 12 months to cap on this, you would have made more than 98% of all the real estate agents in America off of YouTube just by getting two or three more deals. That's amazing. You
That is,
know, I love direct mail. I teach direct mail. I am the direct mail guy here, right? But YouTube, if I had one piece of advice, Barbara, for any agent watching this, is learn how to create your local YouTube channel. Learn the correct way to set it up. There's enough teaching between what I do and the big guns on YouTube that within about a month, an agent can have everything they need to start getting content out that will allow them the opportunity to get their message in front of people. You know, Barb, at one time, I was putting out so much content on my local little city channel. It pales in comparison to cities like, Dallas, I mean, little Claremont, but I was getting about 18 hours a day of my content watch. I was kind of like the Netflix of Claremont for real estate agents.
that's cool.
When's the last time we cold called 18 hours a day?
Never.
I've never done it.
No.
And all of that
I didn't
are,
even like prospecting when we all did it back in the day for
oh,
2 hours.
heck yeah.
At
I
the end
don't
of
cold,
2 hours, I was like, oh my goodness, I'm
I don't
done.
want to do that anymore.
No.
So, Barb, I wanted to end this by saying thank you so much for coming in and sharing your story. I dare say I believe you are now a YouTube believer.
Yeah. Thanks for having me on today, by the way.
You're welcome. So, guys, if you're watching the channel again on Friday at 11:30 Eastern, every Friday we teach YouTube channel setup for agents. You can join us live. In the description, I will put a link to my school academy. All of our live training goes on school, and you're welcome to go watch a year's worth of content. It's very, very, some of it is just actually deep, but yet any agent can do it. Some of it's just crazy. Like you'll see my ADD. All right. On Wednesdays, you're welcome to join us. And again, I'll put links below. You can join us live. At 12 p.m. on Wednesdays, I train on the My Plus lead system, FSBOs, expireds, pre foreclosures, neighborhood data, how to find targeted sellers. We do all of that. And then at 1 p.m., I do my 10x training, and that is using direct mail, funnels, emails to create a closed circuit. So all of that training will be below in the description. Go ahead and check it out. Barb, you're in Virginia, correct?
I am Fredericksburg, Virginia, to be exact.
Fredericksburg.
Yeah.
So if you are an agent and you're watching this and you're anywhere near Virginia, maybe West Virginia, and you want to hook up with Barb to get more of her story, maybe you're thinking about making that move to Epic. Barb, I'm going to put your information below in the video. Guys, reach out to her. She's amazing. She's an area leader with the company, but she's as humble pie as they come.
With a heart.
And Barb, you can share your story with agents if they want to Zoom with you, right?
Oh, most certainly, definitely.
Excellent. Well, guys, look below and I'll put Barb's information. Please reach out to her if you're interested and hear a little bit about her journey and pick her brains on YouTube. But again, I appreciate you guys watching. Barb, thank you for joining me for this testimony. That was amazing.
And I got one last thing for
Oh,
everybody out there.
please.
For all of those people that are afraid of being on camera or thinking like it's just not for me or whatever, just pick up the camera and just do it. Because I look back when I first did it and I was like scared. I
Yeah.
was so nervous. I was so scared, but I did it and I put it out. And I look back today and I'm like, oh my goodness, I can't believe I did that. However, as you progress and you look at your videos that you did back in, let's say I did 2019 and now
Yes.
2025, they're more polished. They're not like some of these other people that have all this fancy B-roll, and I do have a little B-roll from
And
time
yet you made $22,500 on a 2019 video that you didn't have any of this knowledge.
none. Right. So it was raw. It was so raw.
Was that one of the videos that you went back and edited the title, or no? You just let it go.
Oh,
Isn't that crazy?
I haven't done anything with it. It was just out there. And whatever people are saying, like even if people have like the naysayers and the haters that make these weird comments, comment back because YouTube likes the engagement.
Yeah,
So, stand up for yourself, posture, and just put it out there.
I love
That's
it.
just my word of advice. Just do it
Sage advice, sage advice. So,
and watch
agents, I
Kelly
hope you
on
enjoyed it.
Friday.
I hope you enjoyed it. Join us on Fridays at 11:30 a.m. Eastern at zoomwithninja.com. It'll be below. And start to learn this simple tactic. And guys, the greatest thing about it, you don't have to cold call. You don't have to door knock. You don't have to sit in boring open houses. And you can just simply sit in front of your computer like this and put out relevant content for your city and your farm and watch what happens. All right, guys, that's it. Make sure you hit subscribe and the bell. Stay with us on the journey and look below. If you want to see and talk with the great Barbara, share her information will be down there. If you're interested in finding out more about Epique Realty and the 80 plus benefits, like we talked about earlier, free photography, you get in yard signs, then reach out to Barbara if you're anywhere near Virginia and let her share her story. She's a great mentor and she would be an absolute wealth of knowledge for you. Barb, thanks for joining us today. And I
Have
look forward to hearing more about what your successes are in the future.
See you Friday.
All right. Thank you guys.